This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Maddie Jansen, anchoring from home up here in Tehachapi. And we begin with a honky-tonk heist. One of the signature red, white, and blue guitars that once belonged to Buck Owens was stolen from an Oildale Post Office. The post office on Minner Avenue, named for the famous country music singer, was broke into overnight, according to the U.S. Postal Service. Kern County Sheriff's Office officials say two thieves wearing hooded sweatshirts and face masks stole packages and the guitar and then left in a dark-colored SUV. Customers who frequent the post office say this isn't the first time the location has been broken into.
Okay, the window's been broken out about 3 different times. People broken out the windows and stuff like that, and they have a problem with homeless coming in sometimes during the daytime, and so now they're going to be closed on Saturday, so they may stop some of that.
Owens used to respond to fan mail and send out autographed photos from the post office that was eventually named for him on what would have been his 79th birthday.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
We're on storm watch once again today. It was a day of downpours yesterday in the valley with snowfall here in our mountain areas, but with warmer temperatures than expected, those major roads in and out of town were able to stay open. Still, we woke up to a winter wonderland this morning in Tehachapi. Once the sun went down last night, the snow finally began to stick. And although we did not get as much as expected, there was about an inch on the ground, so plenty for the kids still on a winter break to have fun sledding and playing in. Around town, the roads are a bit icy, but as we mentioned, Highway 58 is open. California Highway Patrol advises anyone traveling through any of our mountain passes be sure to have adequate fuel, food, water, and blankets in case conditions change. And taking a look at the grapevine now, all hands were on deck yesterday watching conditions over the pass. While they got a dusting, there wasn't enough accumulation to stop traffic. CHP advises drivers to take it slower than they normally would and check conditions before they leave by calling 1-800-GAS-ROAD or checking our website, kget.com. Meantime, our local ski resort is closed today. After getting so much new snow yesterday, it made for dangerous conditions on the road up to the mountain. The owner says they got about 18 inches of new snow. The resort was able to open for the first time this season just over a week ago. According to a tweet this morning, they plan to reopen tomorrow, but we could still have some more snow showers on our way for Kern County mountains. 17 Court Watch now, and the Kern County Public Defender's Office is no longer representing the accused impaired driver who hit and killed a brother and sister who were heading home from the school bus stop earlier this month. Public Defender Peter Kang told 17 News he could not discuss specifics as to why his office withdrew the case from the case against Lisa Kaur, but said, quote, "These things arise when we have a recent or current client who may have an adverse or oppositional interest with a client. Her next hearing is set for January 11th. 46-year-old Kaur faces life in prison if convicted of the charges. She has 2 prior DUI convictions." The family of the brother and sister killed in that crash is asking the community to come out and join them for a candlelight memorial. 19-year-old JJ Malone and 10-year-old Kaylee Brown, as well as their family dog Roxy, were killed when Kaur's car ran off the road and hit them on a sidewalk. Tonight's memorial is set for 5 p.m. at the scene of the tragedy on Panama Lane, a block east of South 8th Street. And just a reminder, Kern County Public Health will not be releasing new COVID-19 case numbers until the new year, so next Monday. Meantime, a federal program designed to help cover funeral costs for those who've died from the virus is going largely untapped. According to a report by the Associated Press, families who've lost loved ones can apply to the Federal Emergency Management Agency for a reimbursement of up to $9,000 to help cover funeral expenses. FEMA's already paid out $1.5 billion in funeral reimbursements to 226,000 people since January of 2020. However, the country just surpassed 800,000 COVID-related deaths. That suggests hundreds of thousands of families who may be eligible have not yet taken advantage of the benefit. You can find more information on who is eligible and how to apply at FEMA.gov. As we put the holidays behind us and look toward 2022, there will soon be several new rules of the road here in California. They include harsher penalties for illegal sideshows, which is when 2 or more people block or impede traffic on a highway for the purpose of performing stunts, exhibitions of speed, or reckless driving for spectators. Another new law requires safety gear for people riding horses, mules, and donkeys. This includes wearing a helmet and requires riders to wear reflective gear after dark. And another law removes restrictions previously imposed on federally recognized Native American tribes operating emergency vehicles on their reservations. The new laws take effect on January 1st. Another new law will force Californians to step up their composting efforts. As of January 1st, you will no longer be allowed to throw away your food scraps with the rest of your trash. Instead, they'll be collected separately in those green bins for composting. Scientists say that this will keep organic waste out of landfills, which can damage the atmosphere as it decays and becomes biogas. This law will roll out gradually to help thousands of businesses and households adjust to the new system. Anyone who fails to separate their trash will be fined, but it will not be enforced until 2024. And in your 17 Health Watch this afternoon, a reminder for people who need health insurance. Covered California's first open enrollment deadline is this week. If you're looking to get coverage through the state's insurance marketplace, you need to sign up by December 31st in order for coverage to begin in January. Officials say the need for health insurance is more important than ever as the Omicron variant spreads. According to Covered California, the average cost of a COVID-related hospitalization and ICU stay is $127,000. Well, if you are planning a trip overseas and you need a new or replacement passport, it's going to cost you just a little bit more. The fees for a new passport went up by $20 starting yesterday, according to the State Department. The price of a first-time or replacement adult passport is now $165. A renewal will only cost you $130. The fee for expedited delivery remains at $60. The State Department said the increase was necessary to ensure we continue to produce one of the most secure travel and identity documents in the world. And don't forget to plan ahead. The passport system is still working through a backlog due to the pandemic. In October, wait times were between 8 and 11 weeks, or 5 to 7 weeks for expedited services. And get ready to pay even more at the grocery store. Many food manufacturers say they plan to raise prices in the new year on items from coffee to condiments. Food prices overall are forecast to be up 5% in the first half of 2022, according to research firm IRI. Oreo maker Mondelez recently said it's hiking prices across its cookies, candy, and other products 6 to 7%. General Mills and Campbell's Soup also plan to raise prices in January. The Wall Street Journal reports Kraft Heinz has told retailers it will raise prices as much as 20%. Many staples are expected to be more pricey, in part due to higher labor, packaging, and shipping costs.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.